Hello everyone, so today I will be asking you some random questions and also playing with your hair. So the first question, actually before we get started, have you seen my hairbrush? I'm not even into Star Wars, but I think it's pretty cute. Okay, so question one is, what is your favorite smell in the world? I have to be honest, I don't really think I have a good answer to this one. Maybe freshly cut celery. Just because I think that reminds me of soup. And I like soup. So okay. Next question. If you could live anywhere in the world for a year, where would it be? The ends of our fake model's hair over here are really very tangled. I'm gonna try to help her out with that, I think. If I could live anywhere for a year, I'd just go back to Colorado. I lived there for 4 years, and then I had to leave because it just got too expensive. Alright. What is a tiny thing that instantly makes your day better? For me, it's my dogs, which you maybe saw in the last video. If you haven't seen my dogs, you're gonna want to see my dogs. They're pretty freaking cute. Okay. Next question. Do you prefer rainy days or sunny days? I feel that I've recently found out that seasonal affective disorder can go both ways. Tell me if I'm wrong, because I don't know if I'm right. But I think that seasonal affective disorder can also affect people in the sunshine. I prefer sunny days recently, but I used to love a good rainy day. That was my favorite. What's your comfort movie? I don't know that I have a comfort movie. Wait, yes I do. I lied to you. My comfort movie is Twilight. Don't laugh. I mean, you can laugh, it's okay, but I do like watching the Twilight movies. They are strangely comforting. What's the weirdest food combination you secretly enjoy? I know some of y'all are gonna say like peanut butter and pickles or something. I'm not judging you, I would just never eat that. I don't think I have a good answer for this one. It's not really a food combination, but I freaking love pepperoni. I don't eat it anymore because I'm vegetarian, but yeah, it's not really a weird food combination. I just really like pepperoni. What's your favorite sound? I mean, it doesn't have to be an ASMR sound. It could be, you know, the sound of your child's laughter or something. I don't really know. Can't relate. If animals could talk, which would be the rudest? I have feelings about this. I think that a giraffe would be the rudest. They're so cute, but they tower over everyone. So why wouldn't they be the rudest? Honestly, though, I'm really curious about what animal you guys think is the rudest, because I love animals, so if you want to comment it in the comments, that would be very entertaining to me. Okay, the next question is, what is a hobby you've always wanted to try? I gotta tell you guys a really quick story. Maybe I should just do a Q&A. I feel like I'm just divulging my whole life to you here in this video. A hobby that I wanted to try when I was younger was jumping out of an airplane with a parachute. And I guess that wasn't really a hobby I wanted to try because I just wanted to try it once. But if it was really cool, I probably would have done it several more times. So anyways, I was staying with a friend in Colorado, and his friend had a skydiving company. He kept trying to convince me to go with him, and I was in my 20s, so I was kind of an idiot already, no prefrontal cortex development. I was like, sure, that sounds great. And he told me how it was done. He said, you jump out of the plane and your ripcord is attached to the plane, so when you jump, your ripcord gets pulled, and that's how your parachute opens. And I was like, oh. And in my brain, I was like, that sounds awesome. I don't have to do tandem. I can do it all by myself. And then the real adults came in and talked to me, and they were like, by real adults, I mean like my friends. They were like, hey, so like, you don't know how to land So even if this ripcord, which seems really sketchy, does actually function in the way that it is supposed to, it'd be super easy to land and break your legs. And it's like, you know what? That's a really good point. And then I had more people tell me that a lot of people died while skydiving, like their friends, and I was like, okay, I'm not doing it. And then a couple years later, the guy who was running the skydiving company was paralyzed. So, I'm not trying to scare you off skydiving if that's your thing or whatever, but I won't ever be doing it unless it's tandem. I'm not doing this like ripcord thing. Too scary. Okay. Next question. What's your earliest childhood memory? I don't have a good answer for this one. Next question. Do you believe in ghosts? I'll be honest, I feel like I don't actually believe in them, but I feel like there's a possibility that they could exist. And every time I say I don't believe in them, I feel like they're gonna come after me. I basically just don't talk about ghosts. What is your favorite season and why? To be honest, my favorite season is summer, I think, because I get seasonal affective disorder, and that's when there's the most light, and even if it's hot, it's like, whatever, I'll just run through a sprinkler or something. But I know a lot of people like the fall. I like fall too. I don't like pumpkin spice lattes, at least not the ones from the most recognized coffee company in the world that I'm not going to say the name of, because they taste like chapstick. But I do like ones from little homemade, littler coffee shops that they make from scratch. Those are actually pretty good. What's a random fact that you know by heart? Honestly, if you want to answer any of these questions in the comments, I would be glad to look through them, because these are pretty interesting. A random fact I know by heart, though, is male giraffes, yes, I am going back to giraffes. Male giraffes will kick female giraffes in order to make them pee, so that they can taste the pee and see if they're ovulating. Which I think is, first of all, mean. And second of all, kind of gross, I guess. But yeah, it's mean. Don't do that. Figure out a better way. I know that you've evolved like that, giraffes, but figure out a better way. What is your go-to midnight snack? Is the next question. The answer for me is Oreos and hot Cheetos. Not together. That would be gross. unless you like that, then it's cool. It's totally cool for you. I just don't want it. So yeah, probably Oreos, space, hot Cheetos. If you could instantly master one skill, what would it be? Honestly, I have my answer. Really curious about y'all's answers though. I wrote several books actually, and I personally am terrible at marketing. And it bums me out because every time I post about this book that I've written and I see that one person has liked it, I'm like, wow, that was a lot of effort for one like. And meanwhile, I see people getting so many likes from posts, and I'm like, I wish I could do that. But there's so much more I'd rather be doing than actually spending the time to get good at doing that. For example, writing another book. I would rather do that. So the next question almost made me laugh because it said, what's your favorite way to relax? But I thought it said, what's your favorite way to die? That'd be so inappropriate. What's your favorite way to relax? I've answered all the other questions. I might as well keep going, right? Probably exercise. I know that's like the opposite of relaxing, but you feel so exhausted after that it ends up being relaxing later. So I feel like that's more of my vibe, you know? Or an ASMR video. Either one. Let's see, what other questions do we have here? Okay. Do you like the ocean or the mountains more? I did grow up kind of near the ocean. It was like an hour and a half drive. I always liked visiting, but I'm definitely more of a mountain person. What is a song you never get tired of? I'm one of those people that listens to songs over and over again until I get tired of them. So I think I get tired of most songs. But I have a lot of memories, good memories associated with the song Wagon Wheel, so maybe that one. What's the best compliment you've ever received? I'm gonna give you all a compliment right now. You're beautiful and amazing. The best compliment I've ever received. besides anything that has to do with my writing. Anytime anybody compliments any of my writing, I get so excited, especially when it's being edited or judged in some way and I get like a good compliment. I get really excited, because then I know that like what I'm doing matters and it's not all just a waste of time. I would someday love to be able to actually live off of being an author. Like, have you guys seen Off Campus? I'm watching it for the second time, this time with my husband, and it's really cute, and like I would love if my book got made into a show like that someday. Yeah, so my book's nothing like that, but it would be really cool for it to be like a show someday. But anyways, the best compliment I've ever received was probably when I was going to this new event and I was going to sign in. There were two people at the table waiting for me to sign in, and it was a guy and a girl. And the girl was like unreasonably pretty, like just like one of the prettiest people I have seen with my eyeballs. And she goes, and I immediately thought I did something wrong. I just walked up to them and was like, oh my god, what did I do? And it was my first time at this event, and I'm like, what did I do? And she's like, you are so beautiful. She's like, I'm sorry I reacted that way, but you're so beautiful. And I was like, that's really nice. And this is going to be the last question. Perhaps we will continue this in a part 2, if anybody would like a part 2. If you opened a cafe, what would you name it? Gosh, I don't know. I feel like that's kind of a hard question. I would probably be really lame and name it something like Cafe Cafe, because that would make me laugh a little bit. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this style of video. Let me know if you want me to do another one. Please subscribe. Also, let me know if you want me to just read the questions and not answer them next time. I could do that too. Alright. Have a good evening or day or whatever you're doing. Bye.